When I think about people that deserve to be evil, I instantly think of Spinel. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Why, you may ask? Well, we about to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. We start off with Steven broadcasting to the damn near the whole galaxy that, you know, it's peaceful now. Y'all can do whatever. But the Diamond's not having that. They instantly cut that off. They're like, yo, Steven, do you want to stay with us? Like, you know, we don't got your mother no more. We know you not her. But like, we need you here. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Steven not going for that. He's like, hell no. They try to seduce him by singing. And then he instantly beam out of there. Steven better than me. White Diamond? Blue Diamond? Have me all you want. I'm staying there. Use and abuse me. Am I doing too much? Anyways, as he's back on Earth, he complaining to Connie. He like, them old ladies tripping. And Connie like, yo, yeah, Steven, I got space camp. And Steven's like, oh no, don't leave me. But she give him a smooch on the cheek. And you already know that's the way to a man's heart. And he overly geeked. Then we get this whole music sequence, which I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. I don't mess with most Steven Universe songs, but this sequence was tough. Pearl definitely had the best part too. And then same goes for Garnet and Amethyst. It's just a whole musical. And as soon as Steven thinks that life is looking good for him, you know, he saved the galaxy, all that, some giant spaceship comes from the sky, and you already know that's no good. Lands down and drills a hole into the earth. And then we see our main antagonist of this whole movie, Spinel. She pulled up Aura Farming instantly, and she looking at the whole squad like, okay, Amethyst, Garnet, and she instantly gets a diss in Pearl for no reason. She's like, she even took you? Goodness, you're useless. I don't know what it is with Steven Universe. Characters constantly dissing Pearls. They damn near low class of this verse. And Pearl's like, what the hell, Spinel? You still alive? And she's like, you already know, man. You peeped the drip. I even did my makeup. And Steven's like, there has to be a misunderstanding. I just saved the whole universe. And she instantly kicks him in the face. She's not trying to hear none of that. And she is flat out just playing with the gems. She's dodging all their attacks, singing a musical. I be damned. I'd be damned if someone beats my ass while dancing on top of that and singing a song. At that point, I'm pulling out the blick. She's over there stretching her body like Mr. Fantastic. I'm out of here. Never mind, my bullets are gonna miss. Spinel decides that's enough, and she takes out this big behind scythe from her back pocket and instantly starts swinging that thing. And she get all three of them at the same time. This is just too easy for her. That's when Steven starts to lock in and try to talk his shit to her and be like, yo, you don't gotta do this. Because you know, Steven don't talk shit. He's just trying to make you his friend. I'm not gonna lie. Steven is like Naruto, aka talk no jutsu. But Spinel hits him with her scythe, but that shit don't do nothing. He low-key tanking them junks. And then he takes her scythe and hits her. And as he's trying to bubble them back to the house, he realizes something is up. That damn scythe messed with his powers. And as he gets back to the house, he calls his dad over. I don't know why. I'm not gonna lie. This man Greg is useless. He's not even good at support. He just stresses people out. If this was my dad, I'd be heated 24/7. But that's when Pearl starts to light up. And as you can see, something's different. She damn near got reset to her factory setting. And she think Greg her master now. She got reverted back to a yes man. Oh my gosh. As you could tell, I'm having fun making this video. I'm clearly laughing a lot. And that's when Ruby and Sapphire also pop up. And they're back to their factory settings too. Same with Amethyst. She's just a little runt again. I mean, she was always a runt, right? She is one of my favorite characters before y'all think I'm hating. But all the gems are confused. They're like, why do we got a bunch of F-tier gems resurrected in a strange behind room? But that's when Spinel's gems start to awake. And she's also back to factory settings. She's just dancing and shit. Meanwhile, she was just trying to kill the whole squad like 20 minutes ago. She talking about she's Steven's best friend. Anyway, Steven's like, I need some help. So he instantly heads over to where Bismuth, Lapis, and Peridot is. And oh my gosh, let me just tell y'all something. I might be sharing too much with the class, but I don't care. When I was a kid, woo, Lapis, Peridot, yo, I had the biggest crush on them, bro. Lapis was my wallpaper on my first phone ever. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, I used to goon to her. Is that crazy to say? You said I overshared? Alright, my bad. As Steven is explaining everything to them, Peridot is looking at the little scythe, and Bismuth saves her just before it pops out and resets her too. And Bismuth was like, yeah, these were used for people that were acting out of order and they had to get reset to their default setting. Steven's like, but like, what are we supposed to do with these bums? How am I supposed to get Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst back? And Steven start getting depressed. And that's when Bismuth, Lapis, and Peridot start singing to Steven, trying to motivate him and all that. And they do this pose at the end like, what is this G League squad, bro? You guys are not the Crystal Gems. How do I tell you? But then Steven comes up with an idea that maybe all he has to do is trigger events that relate to their past so that they can become themselves or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. They try some stuff on Sapphire and Ruby and nothing's working until Spinel's dumb self grabs this spinning blade and then starts messing up the whole scaffolding of the building. If I was Bismuth, I would have been mad as fuck. But that's when Ruby starts glazing Sapphire and they start damn near flirting with each other. And as a big piece of rubble is about to fall on them, they ended up fusing to Garnet. But Garnet still don't got her memory. So it's kind of pointless. But they one step closer. That's all that matters. But that's when Steven's dad comes and says that he lost Amethyst. Typical Greg, he's useless. So Steven has to go out and look for Amethyst. He tells Spinel to stay there. And you can see she start tweaking, bro. It's clearly some trauma response. And Steven's like, damn, nigga, you could come. It was never that deep. So they go out looking for Amethyst. And then they find her in a house looking at paintings. Steven tries to rejuvenate her memories. And you know, in typical Steven Universe fashion, they start doing a whole damn song and dance. He taking her to all the spots, trying to re-jog her memory. And at the end of the day, it worked. I'm telling you, it makes no sense. In this show, if you do a little dance, a little hip-hop skip, and you start singing to someone, you're gonna become their friend. You're gonna turn them from bad to good. And in the real world, if I do that to someone, I'm getting shot. Anyways, Amethyst and Steven look at what Spinel came in, and clearly it don't look good. So they head over there, and Paradox saying, yo, I'm not gonna lie, we got like 42 hours until all life on Earth is done. And then Steven, being impatient and reckless and low-key stupid, he tries to go grab the drill and then just makes it worse. And then the time cuts in half to like 20 hours before the planet is completely destroyed. Couldn't be me. I would have picked it up with one pinky and chucked it into outer space. Did I mention that Steven's powers is acting up because he got hit by Spinel's scythe? I don't know, I kind of forgot. But yeah, that's why he couldn't pick it up. Anyways, and come to find out that it's the end of the world damn near, and Greg is still holding a concert. Like, oh my gosh, this man is so insufferable. But it kind of works out because they need to restore Pearl's memory. As they're going through the concert, Pearl's not paying attention to them whatsoever until Steven and Greg fuse. So look, like, what do I say to this, man? Because I already know there's diehard Steven Universe fans watching this. If I say something, they're just gonna be my comments mad. Like, they don't get my humor, bro. Either way, I kind of feel like this is weird. But without Greg in the picture, because you know pearls, they gravitate towards their owner. You know, like pink dot. I don't gotta explain this. Yo, watch the show. Who would be watching a Steven Universe video if they didn't watch the show? But of course, after a little song and dance fusion action, Pearl's back to her normal self. You look at Steven and oh my goodness, this man is going through it. Like I said, his powers is acting up. He damn near used the remaining of it to jog Pearl's memory, but he still got unfinished business to do. He has to jog Spinel's memory so she could remove the damn spear from the earth. But Spinel is missing, to nobody's surprise. So Steven runs after her and she's back at Steven's house on the teleporter, and she kind of going through it. And then Steven mentions the garden and they go teleporting, and she pretty much explains that Pink Diamond left her here for 6,000 years, promising her that she would come back for her. Is that not insane? Like, don't get me wrong, sure, Spinel looked a little bit annoying, but to leave her there for 6,000 years, I'd crash out too. And then the only thing that she sees is that Steven saved the universe and Pink Diamond is no longer. Of course I'd lose my mind. I had some false hope in the back of my head for 6,000 years that she'd come back for me, just to realize that she was never coming back for me. Yo, Spinel has every right to crash out. But of course, Steven talk no jutsus her as she's about to crash out on him, and they head back home. And of course, since Spinel is cooperating, she removes her injector. But it low-key looks like Steven's using her, and she start crashing out again. Is she not justified? Like, am I tripping? Like, I'm on Spinel's side this whole movie. So she's like, fuck all that shit. She puts the injector right back down to the earth, but slamming it even harder this time. And she talking her shit to Steven. She's like, you trying to huse me. You don't give a fuck about me. Yo, I gotta stop laughing. Like, why do I sound so passionate? Spinel starts using Garnet against Steven, but Steven starts talking about love. And then Garnet's back to her original self. Don't ask me how this works. I'm just telling you the truth. And of course, a musical start happening. So Spinel not trying to have none of that. She rushes to Garnet, but Garnet catches her, sending her flying. And now it's Spinel versus the Crystal Gems. And they just tossing her around like a little play toy. And Spinel's like, nah, y'all not about to jump me. So she sticks her injector even deeper into the earth. And Steven's like, yo, y'all gotta go save the civilians. I can handle her. And Steven, no, you can't. Your powers ain't even fully back yet. Like, what are you talking about? But they leave anyways, and Steven confronts Spinel trying to talk no jutsu her again. And she's not trying to have that. So she hang, bro, over the edge. Steven then start crying and breaking down. And she laughing. And as she drops him, he start realizing Something about his powers and his back. Man, beats me. It makes sense though. It's like I'm just not explaining all that. Like, come on now. And then Steven tries to start singing once more. Like, oh my gosh. And Spinel's just trying to box. She going ham. She trying to do everything to shut Steven up. They up in the air fighting and all. Steven trying to aura form in the air while trying to convince Spinel. And Spinel's like, yo, singing is not gonna help. Like, shut up. It don't help everything. And finally, thank you. Someone in Steven Universe finally said it. But they fall back down and he somehow talked no jutsu her. But the whole injector explodes. But of course, that's nothing for Steven. All he had to do was bubble himself, my man. And Spinel's like, yo, low-key, I think I'm a dip. Like, I damn near destroyed your whole planet. I'm gonna keep it real. Steven's like, nah, stay. But that's when the diamonds pull up and be like, yo, Steven, come live with us. But Steven's like, hell nah. But look, Spinel right here, you could take her. She's part of Pink. And you already know, if the diamonds know that something was Pink's, they're taking it. You know what I'm saying? So they're satisfied with that. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. If I was Spinel, I would have destroyed the whole planet light years ago when Steven tried to start singing to me. Like, I'm going through something real life serious and you trying to sing me a song. I would have been cut your head off. But if y'all enjoyed the video and want more Steven Universe, please leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to join the Discord link in bio and follow me on Twitch. I love you guys. DS forever. Peace.